Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. I toss and turn, struggling to find a comfortable position in the oversized bed we picked out together. The night feels stifling, weighed down by an unease I can't shake off. My eyes wander around the room, landing on the bedside table cluttered with books and half-empty glasses of water. Then, something catches my attention, a single, bright black hair. I frown, picking it up between my fingers. It's smooth, not coarse like mine. But I brush it off, convincing myself that it must have come from a friend's visit. I set it aside, trying to push away the nagging feeling it stirs inside me. But deep down, something shifts, a dark cloud settling over my thoughts. As the days pass, I start noticing more of those black hairs. They're everywhere. I find one in the bathroom, tangled in the edge of the sink. Another in the kitchen, clinging to the countertop where I usually prepare dinner. A third one rests on the balcony, dancing in the wind. Each sighting sends a shiver down my spine, yet I try to dismiss the growing suspicion in my gut. "Babe, have you been having a lot of friends over lately?" I ask my wife, Kelly, one morning over coffee. She looks up from her phone, a surprised expression crossing her face. "Friends? No, not really. Just the usual crowd." She shrugs and sips her coffee, oblivious to the tension thickening the air between us. I nod, but the unease grows, twisting in my stomach. Each new hair feels like an accusation, and with every casual glance at Kelly, I see the tension in her smile, the way her laughter seems forced. The vivid black strands are starting to feel like breadcrumbs leading me somewhere dark, and I can't ignore them any longer. One afternoon, I'm on my way to pick up groceries when I spot one last strand on the passenger seat of my car. The sight of it sends my heart racing. This can't be happening. My thoughts spiral as I navigate through the aisles of the grocery store, pushing the cart mindlessly. I reach for the cereal, but all I can think about are those damn hairs. When I return home, I can't hold back anymore. I confront Kelly, my voice tense. "I found more of those black hairs today. They're everywhere, Kelly. What's going on?" She looks taken aback, a flicker of something crosses her face, panic. Guilt? "I don't know what you're talking about. It must be from someone else. You know how people are when they come over. Stop lying to me." I explode, throwing my hands up in frustration. "You've never had black hair in your life. What is going on?" Her expression falters for just a second, but then she composes herself. "You're being paranoid. I don't know what you want me to say." She crosses her arms defensively, her eyes narrowing. I'm drowning in a sea of doubt. Something is off, and I can feel it in my bones. I have to find out the truth. That night, I start my own investigation. I sit in front of my laptop, a cold cup of coffee forgotten beside me, as I sift through the social media posts of our mutual friends. It's a gamble, but I need something, anything, that will shed light on the situation. I check the tagged photos, scrolling through smiles and memories, until a familiar face catches my eye. It's James, one of Kelly's longtime friends, with his arm wrapped around her waist in a group photo from last weekend. They look too close, too comfortable. I feel bile rise in my throat. I click on his profile, and as I scroll, I see another post, this time from a week earlier. There's Kelly, and the caption reads, "Just another wild night with my besties." But it's the blurry background that chills me to the bone. I squint at the image, and there it is, unmistakable, the unmistakable gleam of black hair cascading down someone's shoulder. I slam my laptop shut, breathing heavily. My hands tremble with anger and betrayal. I have to make a plan. I need to confront her, no, I need to expose her. I can't just sit back and let this go. As I lay in bed that night, the anger bubbling within me, I start to craft my revenge. I will make her pay for the betrayal, for the lies. I picture myself confronting her, the raw truth spilling out, the pain in my heart mirrored in her eyes. And with that thought, I fall into a restless sleep, consumed by thoughts of retribution. Tomorrow, I decide, will be the beginning of the end for Kelly and me. Our paths will never cross again once I uncover the truth behind those black strands. I just hope I'm prepared for the fallout that will come with it. Morning light streams through the curtains, casting a golden hue across the bedroom. I wake up, heart pounding with anticipation and dread. Today is the day I confront Kelly about the truth. I can't let her manipulate me any longer. I slide out of bed, careful not to wake her. As I move around the room, I glance at the spot on the floor where I found those black hairs. The memories flood back, and I can feel the anger rising again. I head to the kitchen, pouring myself a strong cup of coffee. The aroma fills the air, grounding me as I mentally prepare for the confrontation. Kelly shuffles into the kitchen a few minutes later, rubbing her eyes. "Morning, sleepyhead," she says, her voice still thick with sleep. "Morning," I reply, keeping my tone neutral. I can't let her see how worked up I am. She pours herself a cup of coffee, and we sit at the small table, the silence stretching uncomfortably between us. I take a deep breath, gathering my thoughts. "Kelly, we need to talk," I finally say, my voice steady but firm. Her expression shifts, a hint of worry creeping into her eyes. "About what?" "About the black hairs," I say, locking eyes with her. "I've found them everywhere, more than I can count. I need to know why." She scoffs, rolling her eyes. "This again? You're overreacting. It's just hair from a friend. It doesn't mean anything." "Friends?" I lean in, my voice dropping. "Do you really expect me to believe that? You've never had black hair. It doesn't add up, Kelly. I'm done pretending everything is fine." Her demeanor changes, and for a moment, I see a flicker of panic. "You're being ridiculous. You're grasping at straws. I can't believe you're this paranoid," she shoots back, frustration rising in her voice. I stand up abruptly, my chair scraping against the floor. "I'm not paranoid. I'm being realistic. I've seen the photos, and I know what's going on. Just tell me the truth." "Photos? What photos?" she challenges, her eyes narrowing. "Don't play games with me. The one with James, where you look too close for comfort. What was that about?" I feel the heat in my cheeks as my anger flares. Kelly stands up as well, her voice rising. "You're being unreasonable. James is just a friend. You're making this into something it's not. Stop lying." I yell, my voice echoing in the small kitchen. "You think I can't see through your lies? I need to know who that hair belongs to. Is it James? Is he the one you're sleeping with?" Her eyes widen, and for a split second, she hesitates. It's a moment of clarity that exposes her guilt. "You don't know what you're talking about," she shouts, but there's a tremor in her voice that betrays her. I take a step closer, my heart racing. "I want the truth, Kelly. You owe me that much. You're hiding something, and I will find out what it is." She backs away slightly, looking cornered. "You're being so dramatic," she says, her voice dropping to a whisper. "Just leave it alone." "No," I respond, my voice unwavering. "I won't. You need to understand that I won't stand for this betrayal. I deserve better." "Better? What, you think you're some kind of saint?" she shoots back, crossing her arms. "You have no idea how hard it is to live with you sometimes." The accusation stings, but I push it aside. This isn't about me. This is about you and your lies. I deserve honesty in this relationship. Her expression hardens, and suddenly, I see a different side of her, a side I never wanted to acknowledge. Fine. If you want the truth so badly, go ahead and find it. You think you know everything. Just wait, she retorts, her voice dripping with contempt. Wait for what? I demand, feeling my heart race. What's that supposed to mean? She smirks, and it sends a chill down my spine. You'll find out soon enough. But don't come crying to me when your little investigation backfires. Backfires? I echo, the words hanging heavy in the air. You think I'm scared of the truth? I think you're a fool, she replies coldly, her eyes locking onto mine with a mix of anger and defiance. The tension thickens, and I feel as if I'm teetering on the edge of something monumental. This isn't over, I warn, my voice low and steady. I will get to the bottom of this, whether you like it or not. As I turn to leave the kitchen, my mind races with plans. I know I need to confront James directly. If he is involved with Kelly, I want to hear it from him. I need to make sense of this twisted reality that has become my life. Before I can second-guess myself, I grab my phone and shoot James a message, we need to talk. Now. I hit send, my heart pounding. There's no turning back now. The stakes have been raised, and I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to uncover the truth. I take a deep breath, feeling the weight of what's coming. In that moment, I realize that this is just the beginning. I'm on a path of retribution, and nothing will stop me from getting the answers I seek. I pace around the living room, anxiety coursing through my veins. The message to James has been sent, and I wait for his response with bated breath. Each tick of the clock feels like an eternity, amplifying the urgency to expose Kelly's betrayal. Suddenly, my phone vibrates on the table, and I rush to grab it. James's name flashes across the screen, and I feel a surge of adrenaline. Hey, what's up? He replies, his tone casual. Can we meet? I ask, my voice steady, masking the storm brewing inside me. Sure, what's going on? I need to talk about Kelly, I say, trying to keep my tone even. There's a pause on the other end, and I can practically hear his gears turning. Is everything okay? No, it's not, I reply, unable to contain my frustration. I just need you to be honest with me. Can we meet at the cafe down the street? Yeah, I'll be there in 10, he answers, and the line goes dead. I take a moment to collect my thoughts, my heart racing. I can't believe I'm about to confront my wife's friend, but I need answers, and I need them fast. I grab my jacket and head out the door, my mind racing with possibilities. As I walk to the cafe, the crisp air fills my lungs, but it does little to calm my racing heart. My thoughts are consumed with images of Kelly and James together, laughter shared over coffee, stolen moments hidden from me. When I arrive at the cafe, I spot James sitting at a corner table, his brow furrowed in thought. I approach him, trying to maintain my composure. Hey, I say, sliding into the seat opposite him. Hey, man, he replies, his expression shifting to concern. What's going on? You look tense. I found black hairs in our house, and they're not Kelly's, I say, cutting straight to the point. I know you're friends with her, and I need you to be honest with me. Are you involved with her? James blinks, taken aback by the accusation. What? No, of course not. What are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me, I snap, leaning in. I saw the photo of you two together, and I know there's something more going on. Just tell me the truth. He hesitates, glancing around as if gauging whether anyone is listening. Look, we're friends. That's it. I promise you, there's nothing more. Then why are there black hairs everywhere? Why did she lie to me? My frustration bubbles over, drawing curious glances from nearby patrons. Dude, I swear, he says, his voice low and urgent. Kelly and I hang out, but it's not like that. I would never cross that line. You know me. I study him, searching for any hint of deception. If that's true, then why does she keep deflecting? Why won't she just tell me what's really going on? James sighs, running a hand through his hair. I can't answer that. But I swear on my life, I'm not involved with her. Maybe she's just messing around, or... Messing around? I interrupt, feeling a surge of anger. What do you mean by that? Is she seeing someone else? I don't know, man. I honestly don't know, he admits, his voice rising in frustration. But I'll talk to her if you want. Just give me a chance to figure this out. No, I say, shaking my head. I want you to be honest with me. If you care about our friendship, you'll help me get to the bottom of this. I can't keep living in this hell of uncertainty. James leans back in his chair, visibly torn. Okay, I'll talk to her. But I think you should talk to her too. You can't just jump to conclusions without hearing her side. I nod, feeling a mix of anger and betrayal. You don't understand. I need to confront her, and I need proof. If she's lying to me, I can't let this slide. As we finish our conversation, I feel a heaviness settle in my chest. I can't shake the feeling that something is brewing beneath the surface, and I won't rest until I uncover the truth. After leaving the cafe, I head straight home, my mind racing. I replay every moment from our conversation, feeling a mix of doubt and resolve. I know I need to confront Kelly again, and this time I won't hold back. When I walk through the front door, I find Kelly in the living room, scrolling through her phone. She looks up, her expression shifting from casual to tense in an instant. Hey, she says, attempting a smile. Hey, I reply, my voice cold. We need to talk. Her smile falters. About what? I take a deep breath, gathering my thoughts. I just spoke to James. Her eyes widen, and I can see the color drain from her face. What did he say? I told him about the hairs, about how they're not yours. And he promised to talk to you, I say, watching her reaction closely. She stands up, crossing her arms defensively. You shouldn't have involved him in this. It's none of his business. None of his business. He's your friend. If you're being honest, then why not just come clean? I press, frustration boiling over. Why can't you just drop it? She snaps, her voice rising. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. Am I? I challenge, stepping closer. You think I want to feel like this? You think I enjoy questioning everything I know about you? Kelly's expression hardens, and she stares me down. You're being unreasonable. I'm done talking about this. Then what are we even doing here? I demand. You're hiding something, and I won't let this go until I know the truth. I can't believe you're treating me like this, she shouts, her eyes blazing. I thought you trusted me. Trust? You've broken that trust by keeping secrets. This isn't just about me anymore, it's about us, I yell, the tension between us thickening. The confrontation hangs in the air, charged with anger and unresolved feelings. I'm not going to just let you walk away from this, I say, my voice low and steady. Then what do you want? She asks, her voice shaky. I want you to be honest. I want you to tell me who you're really seeing, I reply, feeling the weight of my own words. For a moment, we stand there, the silence stretching between us like an invisible barrier. I can see the conflict in her eyes, and a flicker of fear crosses her face. Maybe you're right, she finally says, her voice barely above a whisper. Maybe I have been keeping things from you. My heart races at the admission. Then tell me, Kelly. Please. She takes a deep breath, and I can see her struggle to find the right words. I didn't want to hurt you. The confession feels like a crack in the dam, and I know the truth is close at hand. Just say it, I urge her. But before she can respond, her phone buzzes, interrupting the moment. She glances at the screen, her expression shifting to one of panic. I have to take this, she says, her voice shaking. Who is it? I demand, suspicion creeping in again. It's just work, she stammers, backing away. I feel a surge of frustration as she leaves the room to answer the call. As I stand there, I realize that the confrontation is far from over. I won't stop until I uncover the full truth, no matter how much it hurts. I grab my phone again, preparing for the next step. I can't allow this betrayal to go unpunished. With every second that passes, my resolve hardens. I will expose her for the deception that it is, and no amount of denial will change the path I'm on. The game has only just begun, and I'm ready to play. The tension in the house is palpable, thickening the air as Kelly steps back into the living room, her phone still in hand. She looks shaken, her face pale as if she's just seen a ghost. I need to explain, she says, her voice trembling. Then explain, I reply, my voice icy. But first, let me show you something. I pull out my phone, scrolling to the photos of her with James, the ones that have haunted me for days. I can feel my heart pounding as I hand her the device, watching her expression shift from confusion to horror. Where did you get this? She breathes, her eyes darting between the images and my face. Where do you think? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're in these photos looking cozy with him while I'm here, questioning everything, I say, my voice rising. I deserve answers, Kelly. No more lies. She stares at the screen, her hands shaking as she processes the truth. I didn't think you'd find out. It was just a fling. It didn't mean anything. Just a fling. I echo, the words cutting through me like a knife. You think that makes it okay? You think you can just brush it off like it's nothing? It's not like that, she snaps, her frustration bubbling over. We were having problems, and I sought comfort in someone else. But I never meant to hurt you. Comfort. I scoff, the anger boiling inside me. This isn't about comfort, it's about betrayal. And you think you can justify it with excuses? I didn't want to hurt you, she cries, tears brimming in her eyes. I thought it was over between us. I thought you didn't care anymore. Care? I've been trying to hold us together while you were out with him. I shout, the fury spilling over. I can't believe you'd betray me like this. In that moment, I feel a surge of betrayal that ignites something dark inside me. I want you to know this isn't just going to blow over. You will pay for this, I say, my voice low and dangerous. What are you talking about? She asks, backing away from me, her fear evident. You'll see, I reply, a sinister smile creeping onto my lips. You've made your choice, and now I'm going to make mine. I storm out of the house, adrenaline pumping through my veins. My mind races with thoughts of revenge. I'm done being the victim, I'll turn the tables on her and James. They think they can betray me without consequence. They're sorely mistaken. I head straight to James's apartment, determination driving me. The sun has set, and the darkness seems to amplify my rage. I ring the doorbell, my heart racing as I prepare for what's about to happen. He opens the door, surprise etched on his face. Hey, man, what's going on? I push past him, anger bubbling beneath the surface. We need to talk. What's wrong? He looks confused, but I can see a flicker of realization as he notices the intensity in my eyes. You think you can just take my wife away from me without any repercussions? I ask, my voice low and threatening. Dude, I didn't mean for any of this to happen. We were just, he starts, but I cut him off. Just what? Being friends. You crossed a line, James, and now you're going to pay for it. I take a step closer, my fists clenching at my sides. He raises his hands defensively. Come on, man. We can talk this out. It doesn't have to end like this. Oh, but it does, I growl, stepping into his space. You don't get to walk away from this. In a sudden burst of rage, I push him back, and he stumbles, falling against the coffee table. The items on the table clatter to the ground, but I don't care. You think you can just waltz in and take everything from me? You're nothing but a coward. He scrambles to his feet, fear flashing in his eyes. You need to calm down. This isn't you. No, this is exactly who I am now, I say, advancing on him. I've been pushed too far, and I won't take it anymore. Before he can react, I lunge forward, grabbing him by the collar and shoving him against the wall. You think this is a game? I hiss, my face inches from his. You're going to regret ever stepping into my life. I'm sorry, he pleads, panic evident in his voice. Just let's figure this out. But there's no figuring this out. The rage consumes me, and I push him again, feeling the adrenaline spike. You and Kelly deserve each other. I hope you both rot in the hell you've created. Suddenly, he fights back, shoving me away. You're making a huge mistake, he yells, scrambling for his phone. I see the panic in his eyes, and I know he's about to call for help. In that moment, I can't let him escape. I shove him again, harder this time, and he crashes to the ground. You think I'm afraid of you? I yell, my voice echoing in the small apartment. You're nothing to me. I step closer, and in a fit of rage, I grab a nearby lamp and smash it against the wall. You've taken everything from me, and now it's time for payback. His eyes widen in horror, and for a split second, I see fear, real fear, on his face. Please, don't do this, he begs, but I can't hold back anymore. This is just the beginning. I scream, the darkness consuming me. With one final shove, I push him out of my way and storm out of the apartment, heart racing, adrenaline coursing through my veins. I know I've crossed a line, but the betrayal has fueled something inside me that I can't ignore. As I step back into the night, I realize this is only the beginning of my plan. I'm not done yet. Kelly will know the full extent of my fury, and I will make sure she understands the consequences of her actions. When I finally return home, I feel a sense of clarity. I will no longer be the victim in this twisted game. I'll make my move, and it will be ruthless. In the days that follow, I start executing my plan. I gather evidence of Kelly's infidelity, screenshotting messages between her and James, and capturing images of their shared moments. I make sure every detail is documented. Then, I wait. I know she'll come to me, and when she does, I'll be ready. I want her to see the devastation of her choices, to feel the weight of her betrayal crushing her spirit. Finally, the day arrives. Kelly comes home, her expression a mixture of defiance and uncertainty. We need to talk, she says, her voice trembling slightly. Absolutely, I reply, pulling out my phone and displaying the evidence before her. Let's talk about your little affair with James, shall we? Her face goes pale as she processes the truth. You've been spying on me. I've been gathering proof, I say coldly. And now you'll see what happens when you betray someone who loved you. The silence hangs heavy between us, and I watch her world unravel before my eyes. I didn't think you'd find out. I thought I could hide it, she stammers, tears forming in her eyes. And you thought wrong, I reply, my voice ice cold. You wanted to play games, and now it's my turn. With every accusation, every revelation, I see the realization sink in. She's lost everything: her marriage, her trust, and any chance at redemption. "You're doing this out of spite," she screams, anger rising. "You're nothing but a coward." "Coward?" I echo, my voice steady. "I'm the one who's been betrayed, Kelly. I'm the one who's been living a lie." The confrontation escalates, voices rising, emotions boiling over until there's nothing left but the raw truth. "You're going to regret this," she threatens, but I'm already past the point of caring. "I've already let go," I say, feeling a strange sense of peace wash over me. "You're no longer my concern. I hope you enjoy the mess you've created." As I walk away, I feel the weight of the betrayal lift from my shoulders. I've taken my revenge, and now I'm free. I glance back at her one last time, seeing the tears streaming down her face, and I realize this is where our paths diverge forever. In that moment, I know I've made the right choice. The bond we once shared is shattered, and I walk away knowing that sometimes, the hardest choices lead to the greatest freedom. Kelly and I part ways, forever marked by the hatred of betrayal, and I step into the night, ready to embrace whatever comes next.